Good morning, everyone. This is Scott of the Scott Man, and we're gonna be doing a walking tour of the downtown area of Mackinac Island. So in this video, we'll be walking along through downtown Mackinac Island on Lakeshore Drive here, and then we'll head over to where we can get a good view of Fort Mackinac over at Marquette Park, and then we'll come back down this way toward Market Street, and we'll finish off with a very nice view of the Mackinac Bridge out that way. So this is just gonna be the downtown portion of Mackinac Island. We'll be covering this walking tour. For a detailed travel guide for Mackinac Island, I did a video a few years ago on basically a travel guide to Mackinac Island, which definitely check that out for a detailed itinerary and different things to check out here in Mackinac Island. So let's start the walking tour. I'm gonna turn the camera this way so that way you're not seeing me the entire time. But it is a beautiful morning out. Pretty mild out, and there's a nice breeze coming from Lake Huron. It just feels absolutely beautiful. So we're gonna start our way into the town here. And of course, we got a lot of beautiful hotels here on the island, like the Windermere.
Nice, thank you, brother.
So what I'll probably do is I'll probably walk in the road for this walking tour so that we can get views on both sides of the road. I'm gonna walk a little slower than what I do with my walking tours because I'm gonna be doing basically almost a loop. But I wanna be able to show you all the different sites along in the downtown district here. Hotel Iroquois. So as you can see, we're walking in the road here because Mackinac Island passenger cars are not allowed here. So you're basically walking, biking, or taking a horse everywhere. Well, basically like a carriage ride. Got the Mary's Bistro Draught House. Got the Starline dock, so different ferry companies will take you back to the mainland, either to Mackinac City over in the Lower Peninsula or to St. Ignace in the Upper Peninsula. Got the Lakeview Hotel. And also another thing you'll see too here in Mackinac Island are a lot of fudge kitchens, like Ryba's Fudge Shops. I'm filming this early in the morning, so it's kind of like, it's not even 9 o'clock yet, so some of these places aren't even open yet. Great Turtle Brewery and Distillery. Got the Mackinac Outfitter. And of course, because you can ride your bike everywhere, they got a lot of bike rentals which you can utilize when exploring Mackinac Island.
I am not used to this.
Got the Pontiac Lodge, the Loon Feather with Indian Curiosity Gifts. And here's Shepler's Ferry. So this is the other ferry company here in the Mackinac area, which they have ferries going to St. Ignace and Mackinac City, and it's all in one place. The horse is catching up on me, so I better get over here so that way you can pass me up. Got another bike rental over here. As a matter of fact, when I was here 5 years ago, that's the bike rental I used. Bicycle Street Inn and Suites. Oh, here we go. We got another carriage right over here. Mackinac Bike Barn, so you have a lot of bike rentals over here. Conveniently located very close to where all the different ferries embark as well as they arrive here. Joanne's Fudge, so yep, another fudge kitchen, not open yet, but I'm sure it will be in a little bit. Main Street Inn and Suites. Yep, and then we got the butterfly house and Great Turtle kayak tours. And here is a really nice spot for breakfast, the Chuck Wagon. They got amazing breakfast. I'm even feeling a restaurant tour or like a food tour at Mackinac Island while I'm here. So definitely check out that video. If it's not up yet, then make sure you click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss that upcoming video. Yep. Got the Haunted Theater. Horse Corral Mall. And I might have to do like an Instagram versus reality or something, but yeah, this is the reality you'll see here on Mackinac Island. So when walking the main road like I'm doing, watch where you're stepping because otherwise you're gonna have a bad time. Yeah, a lot of beautiful hotels here right on the main stretch here. The Lilac Tree Hotel. Little Luxuries. Another fudge kitchen, we got Murdoch's Fudge. Tasty homemade fudge. And of course, yeah, it's like the fudge kitchens, yeah, don't open up till later. Oh, been around since 1887. Just think of that. Got the big store with the little prices. So one of many gift shops. So if you're looking to buy some souvenirs, great place to go. Got May's Candy Makers. Got the Trading Post. Oh, there's another Ryba's Fudge shop. So there's more than one location here on the island. Got some different goods there for sale, different clothes like Mackinac Island shirts, hats. Lots of cool stuff. Yep, got the Seabiscuit Cafe, Sanders Fine Chocolates. Ah, beautiful horses. Okay, Mackinac hoodies. Sip and Sail. Huh, taxi office, that's really cool. Money Mac Hamburgers, Joanne's Fudge, Benjamin of Mackinac. Another Ryba's Fudge shops over here. Yeah, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, catching up to this carriage. And they even have a Starbucks on the island, so it's like, want coffee to go? It's like, yeah, they got Starbucks here. Patrick Dowd's Pub. Got the Horns Bar and Restaurant, or Horns Gaslight Bar and Restaurant. Been around since 1933. Island Bookstore and Gifts. Got the Island Shop with different gifts you can buy. Mackinac Threads. And here's where you can go for carriage tours on Mackinac Island. So if you want to go for a carriage right here at Mackinac Island, just go over there and be a nice little ride you can take. And it's pretty cool how these horses here are hauling a bunch of goods. Just like what they did in the old times. I pan the camera that way, try to avoid some of the sunlight, but yeah, more bike rentals over there. Another ferry for Starline. More gift shops like Murray's Fudge. Got the Murray Hotel, a Shirt Off My Back store, which I think I've seen a location, I think in Frankenmuth, if I'm not mistaken. Another Murdoch's Fudge. Another Ribas fudge shops, and you got the Pancake House, where you can get breakfast all day there. Island Slice Pizzeria, you can get some pizza. And you got the Pink Pony Bar and Grill. You can see all the pink benches outside, and I heard that they're supposed to have some really good food in there. Good Day Cafe, store, okay. Island clearance store wide, everything for $19.99 or less. It's pretty cool. The Chippewa Hotel. And yeah, before we continue, just look how beautiful this is. Like, we're gonna zoom in a little bit here. But yeah, it's just gorgeous, especially on a sunny day like today. All right, so we're almost to where Mackinac Island State Park is, and of course that's where Fort Mackinac is. So we're approaching Marquette Park. So we're not gonna go too much further here on Lakeshore Drive. We'll eventually make a left turn over where we are right now. So over there, that's the main visitor center for Mackinac Island, and well, Mackinac Island State Park, I should say. So if you were to continue down this road, there'll be some other hotels and B&Bs which you can stop at, and then you eventually get out of the main downtown area. And this road here, this is M185. So this is the only state highway in the state of Michigan where cars are illegal. So you have to either walk or take a bike to go on M185. And then over here you got the Mackinac Island State Harbor. Nice view of the harbor here. All right, so now we're gonna pan the camera this way. So this is Marquette Park, and this is a very beautiful park. I'm not gonna be able to get up to that statue because there are a whole bunch of geese, and I don't feel like getting attacked by geese today. But I believe that's a statue of Father Jacques Marquette, one of the people who basically came over from France and explored all the area which was back when it was known as New France, because where Michigan is today, it used to be originally a part of France during the 18th century until like France ended up losing in the French and Indian War, which was basically the North American front for the 7 Years' War, which was like a global conflict which took place back in the 1750s and 1760s, which the French ended up losing to the British. This became British territory. And then if you look up there, that is Fort Mackinac. What a beauty that is. So Fort Mackinac was established by the British Army back in 1780 during the American Revolutionary War. So the British felt that Fort Michilimackinac, which is the fort that is at the tip of the Lower Peninsula over where present-day Mackinac City is, they felt that was too vulnerable, so they established this fort instead. And this was their headquarters even after the British lost the American Revolutionary War. However, in 1796, the Americans took over the fort until it once again fell to the British back in July 1812, and that's of course during the beginnings of the War of 1812. But then after the war, when the Americans won that war against the British, the fort once again became went back to U.S. control which has remained under U.S. control ever since then. As a matter of fact, even during the American Civil War back in during 1862, there were 3 Confederate prisoners which were held here. And then even going after the Civil War, like the fort remained active until about 1895, and then in 1959, the fort officially became a museum, and it's a part of Mackinac Island State Park. So that's a little bit of history for you with the fort. But with how high the fort is perched on that hill there, it provides for a great lookout of the Lake Huron and also like the Straits of Mackinac. So I was able to look out for like enemy ships. So yeah, as you can tell, you get a lot better view than you would if you would have, or if they would have stayed just at Fort Mackinac, because you only been able to see so much. So yeah, it's very strategic to have a fort up on a hill like that. Not only that too, but even a little bit inland from the water. So we're gonna be next heading over into Market Street, but I'm not gonna go there just yet. There's a couple really cool historic sites I wanna walk by first, and then we'll head down Market Street, basically head back to almost where we started this walking tour. Yeah, definitely be getting my exercise right now because we're going uphill a little bit. But I think it's a good idea anyway because I had a really hearty breakfast full of eggs over easy, hash browns, toast, and sausage. So over here, this is the Missionary Bark Chapel. This commemorates the 1670 to 1671 Jesuit mission by Fathers Claude Dablon and Jacques Marquette. So yeah, as what I was talking about with, of course, with Marquette Park and of course the statue of Jacques Marquette, or Father Jacques Marquette. He was one of the Jesuit missionaries who came over to what is now Michigan, because the goal was to basically convert the natives here in Michigan to Christianity. And also all the different French explorers who came over, they also were prominent for for like fur trading, because it was highly valuable back over in Europe. So French explorers and missionaries would basically trade goods that they brought over from Europe with the Native Americans here, like the different tribes, like the Ojibwe or like etc., for like valuable fur. And if you look over here, that is the Trinity Church, or the Trinity Episcopal Church. Yeah, look how beautiful that is. Trying to read this sign here. The Episcopal services on Mackinac Island date from 1837, when a bishop preached in the mission church. For many years, the congregation met in the post chapel at Fort Mackinac and in the courthouse. In 1873, a parish was organized. In 1882, this church building was constructed. So yeah, this has been around since 1882, like the church building itself. So we're going to walk down to Market Street, and we're going to take Market Street in the direction toward the Mackinac Bridge. And along Market Street, we'll be able to get some other great, go by some different historical buildings too. Oh, there's a site I missed, so we're going to go to this really quick. I do apologize for the background noise. Someone is mowing the grass over at the park. Okay, so yeah, over here, so I was concentrating more on going up the hill over there, but so this is the McGulpin House. This is one of the island's oldest structures on the island, even older than Fort Mackinac itself. This was moved over here back in 1982 because it was in a different location originally. It was once the home of William McGulpin, who was a baker for the American Fur Company. And yeah, I forgot to mention, so yeah, this predates Fort Mackinac. It's not really known, I don't think it's really known when it was constructed, but it was definitely 1780 or earlier because it was built before the fort. All right, now we can go down Market Street. But yeah, a lot of historical buildings right near each other. Making sure I'm not going to be blocking anybody here. So yeah, this is the American Fur Company retail store. So back on June 6, 1822, French-Canadian voyager Alexis St. Martin was shot accidentally in the stomach, and Dr. William Beaumont from Fort Mackinac kept St. Martin alive, although his hole in the stomach never fully healed. So with that, he basically used that as an opportunity to observe how the stomach works. That sounded very painful. So yeah, as a part of this American Fur Company store is also the Dr. Beaumont Museum. So yeah, that sounded quite gruesome, and it's not something I would ever want to experience. But as you can see, this is a lot quieter compared to the main stretch of downtown, because you got all these different like bed and breakfasts and different inns over in here. Yeah, it'd be really nice to stay on the island. Of course, the only problem is that it's wicked expensive to stay here. Especially if you were to stay at the Grand Hotel, because things can get quite pricey over there. Yeah, the Mackinac House, yep. Okay, one of many different small hotels or bed and breakfasts located here on the island, especially here on Market Street. I'm gonna get over here because we got a carriage about to come on through, and things could get interesting because it's gonna be a tight squeeze over there. Yeah, I think they're talking. Yeah, I could hear them talking about the guy who shot himself by accident in the stomach, because I was hearing gunshot wound in the stomach. So, but I already told you about that though. So you get to hear the whole spiel about the history. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like they got through no problem. Oh, a nice little walkway there. Oh, this is the Mackinac Island Post Office. I'm gonna go over here briefly. Okay, got some more historical sites over here. This is kind of why I got over here on the sidewalk here. This is the Stewart House City Museum. So as we keep on going, oh, this is that same carriage we saw. So a little bit more about I'm sorry, one second. So a little bit more about Market Street, which is what we're on right now. So yeah, during the peak of the fur trade, which I was mentioning about several minutes ago, the street bustled with activity each July and August. American Indians, traders, and trappers by the thousands came here with furs from throughout the Northwest. In 1817, John Jacob Astor's American Fur Company located its headquarters here. Furs valued at, looks like at least $3 million went through the Market Street offices in 1822. After 1834, the trade moved westward. So yeah, so as you can tell, I'm reading the plaque right there. That figure provides some historical information for you. Got the community hall and city offices over here. Oh, even here on Market Street, it's got some small shops in here too. And you got the courthouse and police station. Okay, I think we're good to get back on the road here. Oh, Lucky Beans looks like a place you can get some coffee. Mackinac Island Realty. So yeah, you want to buy a house here on Mackinac Island? There's a local realtor here who will assist you with that. First National Bank of St. Ignace. Yeah, this is quite gorgeous, I have to say. All right, so there's even more history over here. I'm gonna get back over here on the sidewalk. So over here, we're coming up to, we got the Biddle House and the Benjamin Blacksmith Shop. So right in front of us, that is the Biddle House. So that was originally constructed back in 1780. It's also around the time when the British established Fort Mackinac. And it was restored back to the 1830s. And then right next door, you got the Benjamin Blacksmith Shop. So all these different historical sites are part of the Mackinac Island State Historic Park.
Hey, you think the prairie dog was
I'd be gone. Oh, you have to. I'd be laughing so hard. You have to.
Kip Cindy's Riding Stable. Huh, rent horses. Very interesting, I have to say. Carousel Arcade. So back in the late 18th century, this is where British soldiers would come over to play some arcade games like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so these days, yeah, you can go over there, you can play some different, looks like an arcade game. So that's pretty cool. It's like you can come over here, play some different arcade games. It would be cool if they had Pac-Man or Donkey Kong there, but I don't know, because I've never been inside there before. Got the Windsor.
Good, are you?
The Cloghorn Bed and Breakfast. That's a picturesque scene right there, I have to say. It's like I have my camera with me, so I almost should come back and get a photo of that. Yeah, such a beautiful day, and looking forward to doing this walking tour for a while. This is a great way to get a detailed view of like the main downtown area of Mackinac Island. But again, as I was saying at the beginning of my video, oh, look at all these.
I just don't think enough people see it. Like.
So as I was saying at the beginning of the video, I have not a walking tour, this is what I'm doing right now. I have a travel guide on Mackinac Island, which you can check out. And I show basically a lot of the different sites we're going over today with this walking tour. But at the same time, I also show you some of the cool different areas around Mackinac Island. Because you also have to get out of the downtown area too, check out some of the different rock formations that you might see throughout the island, like Arch Rock and some cool natural spots. Okay, I think I can probably get back on the road here. And we can see the Straits of Mackinac straight ahead. So we should be wrapping up with this walking tour in the next couple minutes or so, because we'll be getting down in the water. We'll get a spectacular view of the Mackinac Bridge. So then if we were to make a left turn at that road up ahead and walk just a little bit, we'll be back to where we started this walking tour. Anyway, so Mackinac Island is one of the top attractions here in Michigan. I highly recommend checking it out for yourself sometime. It's absolutely gorgeous. And you don't have to stay on the island if you're trying to save money, because you could either stay at one of the different hotels, either in Mackinac City over in the Lower Peninsula, or the tip of the Lower Peninsula, or you could stay over in the Upper Peninsula over in St. Ignace, where you'll find more affordable rates over there compared to staying here on the island itself, all these different bed and breakfasts or different hotels. But if you have the money, yeah, it's definitely worth staying on here too if you want to. And then of course you can also stay at the grandest of hotels here, the Grand Hotel. And yep, I can feel the breeze a little bit over here. And we timed this very well, because we'll get to see one of the ferries come on over from St. Ignace heading over to Mackinac Island. All right, so all the way out that way, it's kind of hard to see a little bit. I'm gonna try to zoom in as far as I can. It might get a little blurry, but that's all right. There's the Mackinac Bridge. It's the bridge which connects the Lower Peninsula and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Because you have Mackinac City and the Lower Peninsula out that way. And if you look over that way, you have the Upper Peninsula where St. Ignace is. And over there, that's one of the ferries which will take you over to Mackinac Island from the mainland. For the angle of that ferry, that one is coming from St. Ignace, so from the Upper Peninsula. So that's how people will come onto the island from the mainland. So just take the ferry, whether it's Shepler's or Starline. And then when you're ready to head back to the mainland, just take the ferry to head back. Oh, excuse me. All right, so yep, Mackinac Island is absolutely beautiful. You definitely have to check it out sometime. It's a great vacation spot here in Michigan. People from all around Michigan, or even all around the United States, will come here for its natural beauty and its great history. And of course, don't forget about the fudge. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this walking tour here on Mackinac Island. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so that way you don't miss out on any future adventures. Well, thank you for watching again. This is Scott, or the Scott Man, signing out here for Mackinac Island.